Welcome, everyone. I'm Kimberly Boschman, and this is the Intentionally Intuitive podcast. In this episode, we're going to take a look at the numerology and the energy for the new moon that's occurring on July 28th, 2022. First, we're going to take a look at the collective energy, which of course we are all a part of, and we will feel that energy. And then I'm going to break it down into each life path number. So this, of course, is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading, please book some time with me. My information is in the description box below, and I would love to work with you. All right, so I want to sort of focus on the illumination of the 1 and the 5. So collectively, those are influences that we'll be feeling the most pronounced. With the 1 energy, we are getting the invitation to be more assertive, not more aggressive, more assertive in going after what we want. There's a fire that's being lit beneath us to motivate us into action and not allowing fears of failure or not fitting in or whatever story we tell ourselves why we can't do something that's keeping us from achieving our goals and building towards our dreams. So this energy helps us to find our courage and our confidence to speak up and share our ideas and gifts, no matter how unconventional or misunderstood they may be. So with 1 energy, the idea or vision arrives, we take action to create that vision, and then we present the final product. If we try to get people to understand ahead of time, something new, something unique, we're sort of wasting our energy and resources trying to do that. Create it and then show people its magnificence. 1 energy doesn't wait for the acceptance or the approval. It makes things happen with or without approval from others. The key with this energy is to have a controlled burn. So big starts are great, but if you are building something, you need endurance, right? And sometimes 1 energy can be like that fire that's just combustible, and once it starts, it just spreads. And so it's really important for those of us feeling that energy, and especially if you're a life path 1, to sort of find ways to work with that energy so that it's not just burning up everything that you're touching or trying to work towards, right? Because you need the endurance. So pace yourself with this energy. Pay attention to the details and be really mindful of what you burn as you blaze this new trail. So with this 1 energy, think of new starts, independence, autonomy, big risks. This is a great time to take big risks. If with or without high stakes, right? I mean, you have to do what's best for you in your circumstances. I'm not advising you what to do, but the energy is supportive for taking those big risks, especially if it's something that keeps coming in for you and keeps like calling to you to take action on, right? This is a beautiful energy for that and for going for it. So this is also great energy for, think of like an unconventional approach. So finding a solution to something that hasn't been found before, right? And a lot of times the way to find a new solution is to think outside the box, is to think unconventionally. And so this energy, especially coupled with the 5 energy, is really promoting unconventional thinking and taking a new approach to something that we have been maybe gotten stagnant on how we've been approaching it or what we've been doing or whatever the case may be. But this is going to give us that motivation and that passion to, again, pick things back up, take an unconventional approach, see things differently, and maybe, again, approach things a little bit differently. Passion, perseverance, and perseverance against the odds is really highlighted with 1 energy. So you've got everything that you need as far as the supportive energy behind you to go after whatever it is that you've been wanting to go after and create whatever it is that you wanted to create, right? And so with such strong 5 energy present, we can then also expect abrupt change, major transformation, and perhaps some level of restlessness. So 5 energy is an energy that is so big that it wants to be constantly moving. It needs constant change. Like mundane, boring is not it's kind of like a polarity for 5 energy. And so there can sometimes be, because, in life, there are things that we need patience with. There are things that we need to take our time with. And so for 5 energy, that can create restlessness. And so it is very possible, especially combined with the 1 energy, that's this fire energy, that we can feel restless, especially around projects or situations that maybe haven't been moving as rapidly as we have wanted them to, or maybe around situations where we haven't seen the outcome or the gratification or instant gratification that maybe we've wanted. And so you can kind of feel a little bit of restlessness around that. Pay attention to where you're feeling the restlessness though, because if it's something where it's like, it's a situation in your life that's gotten so mundane and so routine, then that's your soul kind of saying, hey, let's shake it up a little bit. Let's do things a little bit differently. Let's add some more spice to this because, to reignite that passion, right? And again, especially coupled with 1 energy. So pay attention to where the restlessness is coming in. If it's strictly coming in around something where you're just sort of pissed off because it hasn't produced the results yet, then that could just mean that, hey, it just needs to take a little bit more time, right? Like just needs a little bit more time to cook. So, but if it's coming in around something that actually has gotten really stagnant or mundane, then maybe you need to take a look at that and see how you need to spice things up or change things up a little bit. So pay attention to that. So again, if anything has become stale, mundane, or energy depleting, if anything's sort of depleting your energy, then this illumination will bring the windstorm to sort of shift that energy in a big way. So with this, expect the unexpected, always with 5 energy. You may think you know how something was going to play out, and this energy sort of comes in and brings that game changer or the lightning bolt or the awakening that brings unexpected clarity and shifts your experience like 180 degrees. So this energy can absolutely keep us or catch us off guard, but it's working with us to work with that 1 energy to motivate us to make that change, to do something different, to see things differently, to ultimately enhance and up-level our lives in a good way, right? So whatever this highlights for us, whatever this 5 energy highlights for us, we can expect some level of shock or surprise and a change in direction. And again, this also goes for like on the global stage, like collectively as well. This is a universal energy that we're working with, this 5 and this 1. So of course, this is a general reading. So not everyone will sort of feel the energy the same way, but it is present, right? And it is there for us to work with. And again, it's collective. It's a universal energy. So we will see it in some way, shape, or form play out on a global stage. The 5 energy coupled with that of the 1 is sort of begging us to get out of our comfort zone, think big, take action, and to approach and do things we haven't thought of or done before. So some people may experience major shifts in various areas of their lives. This combination of the energies sort of helps us to better see what we are capable of when we no longer hide behind the mask of fear and insecurities. So this energy of the 1 and the 5 is limitless, confident, adaptable, and it knows its worth of contribution. So it's not sitting in a corner somewhere waiting for life to happen to it. It is going to, again, encourage us, entice us, motivate us to create the life that we want to live, right? So this is big, monumental energy that can support us in making massive shifts within our experience and awareness that can propel us more deeply into our own unique purpose and a heightened, more expansive, fulfilling, and aligned experience. So very powerful energies for this new moon. And with it being a new moon, again, new starts, new initiations, taking a big risk, all of these things, right? So incredibly powerful energy that we're working with. And I would say that we'll probably feel this sort of leading up to the new moon, so a few days before the 28th. And I would say that we'll probably feel this into August, until maybe even the full moon. So it's very, very possible because these are such big, ambitious energies that we're working with. Okay, let's take a look at each individual life path number now. Life path number 1. So you may see things come up for you around your home life, around relationships, and not just family close relationships like family, friends, partners, or partner, but kind of the whole, anything that falls under the idea of relationships, right? Like relating with another. You may see things come up around that as well. To be sort of transformed, to be addressed in some way, maybe. You may see somebody come in, again, for like collaboration purposes, to work together. Anything around relationships. But also there's this really strong tie for you all under this illumination around the home. So like around the home or the immediate community. So I would say that it's probably going to be something around like relationships that's more closer to you. So I don't really see this as like maybe if you have like an online presence, I don't really see this like coming into play with that. Although it could, especially if you work from home. You might see more clients come in. You might see opportunities come up to work with other people, that sort of thing. So just kind of keep that in mind. But there's a very strong emphasis under this illumination for, again, home life and relationships coming together, healing relationships, seeing eye to eye. Anything along those lines. You may also see finances come into play or kind of be in the spotlight that have to do with the home or security, support, something like that. You may also see like your everyday routine shift drastically in some way, right? Like maybe even unexpectedly. But, even though change can be uncomfortable, it doesn't have to be bad. And a lot of times, most times it's not. It's usually shifting us to where we need to be. So, you could see some kind of like major shift to, again, like your everyday routine, like maybe your work schedule. I don't know, whatever you're doing during your daily routine, you might see some kind of major shift with that. I would say, again, it would probably tie into something around relationships and something around the home. Or again, like your close community, your extended family, something like that. But this feels like some kind of a drastic shift, like something that's really pushing you to like look, maybe you've been like just very focused on looking to the left, and now you're sort of being shifted to look to the right because you're missing something over there. So it's like this drastic shift. Balance is going to be coming in probably pretty strong under this illumination for you all as well. So initiating some kind of balance that's needed in your life. And again, I would look at like work or home life, especially if you work from home, but especially home life, and again, relationships. So if you're in any kind of relationship where you are constantly showing up, constantly being the glue, constantly being the giver, or if you're on the other side of the spectrum and you're constantly receiving and constantly expecting from others and blah, 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 then I would say it's probably going to be highlighted for you where there needs to be balance, where there needs to be equilibrium, because either you or the other person are burning out from that experience. And so it's coming in pretty strongly under this illumination to make some kind of shift and do things a little bit differently, and maybe think unconventionally around how you're doing that if what you're doing is not working or doesn't feel aligned. Compromise and seeing eye to eye with others. Again, think like relationship, even home life, that could be coming in really, really strongly for you at this time. And so really the key would be to like find your balance in your home life, balance in your security, balance in your relationships. I think that's really going to be highlighted for you under this illumination, and to really pay attention to that. And again, when I talk about like security, I'm talking about like your finances, like your resources. If you don't feel secure in that, is there anything that you can do to find balance so that you do feel secure in that, right? And work with what you have at the moment as you continue to build or do whatever it is you need to do, and whether that means like managing your finances in a different way or something like that. So again, balance is coming in really, really strongly as well. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it's a beautiful illumination. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.